home, wife and family somewhere along the way. I was born a traveling man, traveling all sea. One more time, my Well, good evening, folks. This is Dr. Hall with my good friend Michael Handler here. We're doing the show for the Los Alamos Concert Series, and we're really happy to be doing the show for y'all tonight. Got a bunch of original songs for you and some special guests. Michael Handler is one of the special guests. Johnny Alston will be another special guest. And we're really happy to be here tonight. Swap guitars here a little bit.
You got a few of them there.
A few. You can never have enough guitars. So this next song, a lot of these songs are original songs, and this next song is a song about traveling on the road. And let me just tell you a little bit about myself, is that I started playing music professionally when I was 14. When I got out of high school at 17, I had an agent, got a job with a band from San Francisco, and I spent several years traveling on the road, 50 weeks out of the year. Jeez. And it was a lot of fun doing it, but one thing I learned about when I was out traveling around the United States playing music, there's a lot they don't tell you growing up. So this is a little song called Down the Road. Heading down the road, thinking about the things that I've been told. So back in my memory, a little part of my history on the road. I look back and see every little thing that happened to me. Good times, bad times, you know, back when. Thinking about family and thinking about friends. Young, I was wild and free, and room to grow and family. Money was tight, living on the land. Didn't have the clue, didn't have the plan. I'm playing my mic. Well, I grew up fast, playing music for a living, traveling on the road, taking in 6 shows a week, playing one-night stand, feeling young and proud with a 5-piece band. How about another one? a woman thought of love. Turned and wrong, wrote a lesson from above. Took my licks, learned my lesson. Now down the road, not again. Not again. Yeah. Thank you. Great job on the harp there, Mike.
I like that drone effect.
Oh, yeah, very nice.
Accordion. Actually, it sounded a little didgeridoo in there.
A little bit. So I'm doing a new album right now. We actually just finished up recording all the tracks last weekend. And Michael played on several of those tracks. Played harmonica, also played some cajon. There we go. And so this next song is a little tune called You Broke My Heart. And this is a love song. My heart when you set me free. You broke my heart. Didn't need to be. You stopped without a word. Quit loving me. It all began years ago. Reach out your hand. Real slow. Stop without talking. Didn't need to know. You broke my heart when you set me free. You broke my heart. Didn't need to be. You stopped without a word. Quit loving. One day we were lovers, one day we were friends. One day you start talking, it was the end. Feeling down, feeling blue. A woman that I love couldn't love me too. A woman that I love so much couldn't love me too. Broke my heart.
Yeah, it happens.
It does. Well, let me tell you another story. So here I was, 18 years old, traveling around the United States playing music 6 nights a week in all different kinds of places.
Wow.
And guess what happened? I fell in love with a girl in my hometown.
Oh.
And what I would do was wherever I was at within 300-400 miles of my hometown in southeastern Idaho. At the end of the week on Saturday night, I finished the gig, jump in my car, and I drive on back to see my sweetheart. And so I did that for a long time. I ended up actually marrying this woman.
Ooh.
So this is a little tune called Midnight Travelin'. It's about me doing all-nighters to get from where I was playing at back to see the girls. Midnight traveling, driving to be with you. Midnight driving, going down the road. Me on the road, baby. Got the midnight traveling blues. Well, eating on the road today, gotta go play my songs. Fools are out the door for more than money to stay long. 800 miles to the next state, there for me. I'm on the road, baby. Got the midnight traveling blues. Midnight traveling, driving to be with you. Midnight traveling, going down the road, being blue. I'm on the road, baby. Got the midnight traveling blues. Michael. Young and bold, adventures every day, new people, new places, never too long to stay. Now those days seem far away, another dollar, another day, gotta get home to see my baby. Midnight traveling blues. Midnight traveling, driving to be with you. Midnight traveling, going down the road, I'm on the road, baby. Midnight traveling blues. One more time.
Here comes the train.
Well, my baby boy learned to walk just the other day. I missed it. I was on the road traveling to LA. My life is empty miles. Gotta find another way to get home to see my baby. Midnight traveling blues. Midnight traveling, driving to be with you. Midnight traveling, going down the road, being blue. I'm on the road, baby. I'm on the road, baby. Midnight traveling blues. All right. Sweet, sweet. Nice job, Michael.
Thank you. It's fun
Yeah,
time.
very nice. Well, right now we're going to have Michael take a break, and I'm going to have my other friend come up, a special artist, Johnny Alston. I met Johnny a couple of years ago in the Santa Fe Bandstand. I was down listening to some friends of mine, Felix Guayles Gatos, and lo and behold, here's this Native American flute player up on the stage sounding great. Sounding great. How you doing tonight?
Thank you. I'm well.
Good. Anyway, so after the gig was over, I went over and said, hey, Johnny, I got this album project, and I'd like you to play on it. This is from the last album. And, you know, he kind of, well, okay. But later on, we actually made it happen, and he played on several tracks of my last album and just did a wonderful job. So he plays some really nice flute. So tell me, how did you ever get started playing Native American flute?
When I moved here about 20 years ago, I've never even heard of Native American flute before then. And my friend used to make them. He lived up in Placitas. Forgot his name. He was going by Blue Star. Anyways, that was my first flute I bought off of him. And I fell in love the first note I got out of it because it was such a haunting, mellow sound.
I know in this cut, the song is called Cold, Cold Night. And I spent about 3 years in Sacramento, and I had the opportunity in Sacramento to play a homeless benefit one time. And we had to write songs that somehow or other had to do with the homeless in Sacramento, which at the time was a really difficult situation with the Sacramento government and the city government and everything. And so I know when I recorded this, and you recorded it with me, we got a lot of really good feedback from on this particular song, and I think a lot of it has to do with the magic that you bring with your Native American flute.
Or the actual meaning of the song.
That too. But, you know, anyway, so this little song called Cold, Cold Night. It's a cold, cold night. We're sleeping on the ground. In this town, sleeping against the law. Policemen coming around. You can't share your food. People who are down need a permit from City Hall to pass your food around. Yeah. What's a city to do with people without a home? You might want to look away, go back and check your phone. It's a long, lonely road for those that are cold. Who knows? Could be you tomorrow. One more time, Johnny. Long, lonely road to those that are cold. Who knows? Could be you tomorrow. Who knows? Could be you tomorrow. Who knows? Could be me tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I'd like to feature Johnny right now on one of his songs. And like I said, Johnny, can tell us a little bit about yourself. Besides playing the Native American flute, Johnny also does some art. And he's an artist, and he does art with nails and wood. And goes by the name Nailman. Nailman.
Yes.
So tell us about that,
Anyways, let's see. In around 1968, I grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I used to work for an art gallery in Pittsburgh called Selma Burke. She's a black lady who did the carving on the back of the dime. So they had an art show, and his name was Carl Smith. And he went by the name Dingbat. So if you ever go to Pittsburgh, just say Dingbat and everybody there knows who you're talking about. But he was an incredible artist. He used one-size tack, and he had thousands and thousands of individually hammered nails with the heads overlapped each other. You could run your hand over it. And he made like pyramids and all kinds of different sensual kind of shapes and sizes. And you can look him up on the internet, Carl Smith on the internet.
Oh, very cool.
But that's when I started doing it, and I've been doing it ever since, off and on. I have some pieces with 20 nails up to 60,000 in one picture. They're all individually hammered. So, and I used blue laugh nails with that gun-like bluish kind of tint. So that gives it like a gun-like quality. And they really look nice in three-dimensional kind of lighting.
So can people buy your nail art?
Most of it's at my house, wrapped up. But I used to give art shows around Albuquerque. But yes, they'd have to go to my website.
What's your website?
Johnny Alston at herenow.com, or just go to my Facebook page, Johnny Alston, and I have a section there for photos of my nail art.
Cool. So I also know you play all over the place. You play here in Santa Fe, you play in Albuquerque. You know, I've seen pictures of you down in the tropics playing. Right?
Well, not all the time in the tropics. That would be nice, but yeah, I went with some friends last year. But about a month ago, I played at the some nursing homes up in Rio Rancho when they had honks for hugs. So I was outside playing as the parade went by, and people were on their balconies looking out. And then I played down at Presbyterian Hospital a couple times, just out, and hopefully made somebody feel a little bit better on that day.
All right. Well, can we hear a song?
I'm going to do just a little solo, no background music. I'm going to try to do Summertime. It's going to be about 2 minutes.
Very nice.
A little short version.
Yeah, thank you, Johnny.
Thank you.
We're going to get Michael back up, and thank you so much. And Johnny will be back here shortly. So this next song is a song that I wrote, and if Michael want to come on back up, it's just a song called A Home for Everyone. And I grew up in southeastern Idaho. My dad's family moved out to Idaho in the early part of the 20th century from North Carolina and homesteaded up in Idaho. And my dad was kind of the number 3 son. He had 2 older brothers, and he had 2 younger brothers, and a really kind of tragic thing happened. The tragic thing was his mother died in childbirth with the last child, and all of a sudden my grandpa was out in the middle of nowhere in Idaho on the homestead, and he had 2 older sons and 3 younger sons, and he was on his own. And the local town people in the local community, and this was in Spencer, Idaho, said, you know, Mr. Hall, you really need to think about what's best for those kids. And so what he ended up doing was taking my dad's 2 older brothers, who were teenagers, old enough to kind of make a living by themselves, and put my dad and his brothers into an orphanage in Boise, Idaho. And so, you know, me and my brothers grew up into our adulthood before we ever heard the story. And so my dad went to an orphanage, and his 2 younger brothers were adopted out. He was not adopted out, but at age 12, he was taken in by one of the farmers. And back in those days, it wasn't unusual at all for farmers to come in that needed labor, and they would come to orphanages, and they would get usually preteen kids, and typically boys, and say, okay, I'll put a roof over your head and make sure you go to school, but you have to work for me. And so that's what my dad did. And at age 14, he ran away from that situation. He went back looking for his dad, looking back for his older brothers, looking for his younger brothers who had been adopted out and actually had other different names now. But it's a sad story. So when I first heard this, I thought, man, it really touched my heart. So I wrote this song, and it's called Home for Everyone. What you gonna do to some boys and 3 children all depending on you? Take to the mountains, run to the plains, wherever you go, it's still the same. Old man, think before you go. Rainy day or any time, and you can never know. And you can never know. Carolina, Hall's Bills and family, wild green mountainside, rivers and trees, flames of kin, stills and friends, promise of the West, a better life, a young man's dream, hard to know what's best, hard to know what's best. When the morning baby is born, happened without warning. Now the woman's gone. man. Brought 6 children in this old world, 7 of much to stand. Oh Lord, 7 much to stand. Boys stand together, they can't make their way alone. One of the other 3 don't have home. Think of the children, all the people say. The house and home you can't provide. Maybe another day, oh Lord, maybe another day. Years are come and gone, the old man passed away. But one of the sons he left behind, one of the sons today. Who is the lucky man? The ones that stayed are gone. What is the prize he left behind? What is the prize today? Oh Lord, what is the prize today? Home for everyone.
Boy, that's quite a story.
Yeah, it's quite a story. It's
Reminds me of the Grateful Dead, we will survive.
yeah. So there we go. Yeah, it's amazing what people live through and survive and go on. So as a matter of fact, this next song is a blues song that I wrote a few years ago, and I got a call from my son, who was early 30s, and he's had gotten married, and things were a little bit rocky, and he said, Dad, things aren't going well, looks like I'm going to get divorced. And along with that was concern about finances and all of the things that when you're going through that. And so I wrote this song called Worried Man, because I don't think there's one of us in life that don't go through some time in some situation where you're wondering, am I going to survive this? Can I do this? Anyway, this little tune called The Worried Man, a little swampy.
Yeah.
I've been working all day, playing music all night. The bills are piling up, I can't sleep at night. I got 3 little babies depending on me. The clock is ticking, it's 2:45. I'm a worried man, a worried man. I'm a worried man. talking trouble to the bitter end. I called my baby on the telephone. Give her one more chance to come on home. I'm a worried man, a worried man. I'm a worried man, a worried man. I'm a worried man, a worried man. I'm doing the best I can, worried man. It's a lonely road, lonely road, lonely road. It's a lonely road, lonely road, lonely road. More time. Well, the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. I'm learning to live in a different way. The drama queen's gone, things are better for me. Happy in love, happy and free. I'm a worried man, a worried man. I'm a worried man, worried man. I'm a worried man, a worried man. I do the best I can, worried man. It's a lonely road, lonely road, lonely road. It's a lonely road, lonely road, lonely road. The Worried Man Blues.
Ooh, got
Sweet,
goosebumps.
very nice, very nice. I'm gonna change guitars right now, and as I do, I'd like to say again, thank you very much for Los Alamos for putting on this concert series here. We have, as you all know, we have Tuesday night concerts, we have Friday night concerts, and I was contacted to provide something for the Tuesday night concert. So this is available. You're here on YouTube watching all this, but pretty nice. And I'd like to once again acknowledge and thank my good friend Michael Handler and Johnny Alston for coming in, sitting in, and playing.
And it's a Tuesday night.
Yeah,
It just happens to be.
it's happening. So here's a little song, a little blues song, not all autobiographical, but it's called "The Too Fat Blues."
Oh, okay. I know it ain't about me.
I got the too fat blues. I got the too fat blues.
Handball.
I got the too fat blues. I got the too fat blues. I got the too fat blues. I can't see my shoes. Got the too fat blues. Well, I'm eating in the morning. I'm eating at night. I'm eating right now 'cause I got it.
That's right.
Right. Oh, home. I got the too fat blues. I can't see my shoes. Got the too fat blues. Well, my skinny brother Jim, he's the apple of her eye. Started being thin, but he hooked the cherry pie. All home. I got the too fat blues. You can't see his shoes. Got the too fat blues. Hey, Michael. You got the two-fat blues, you can't see his shoes. Got the two-fat blues. Got the two-fat blues. Got the two-fat blues. I got the two-fat blues. Got the two-fat blues. Got the two-fat blues, I can't see my shoes. Got the two-fat blues. Sweet, got two-fat blues.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry, man.
Yeah. A little tuning here. This next song's a slow blues tune, and this was inspired by me living in Los Alamos, and I had a really good friend that I worked with for years in Los Alamos on the south side of Omega Bridge, and passed away. And it wasn't a surprise he had passed away, but when it happened, it still was. It was something we saw coming, but nobody was really prepared, and it just made me realize there's a lot in life that it makes it tough on things, tough on you, tough on your family, tough on loved ones, tough on people. So this is a little song called "That's Why I Sing the Blues." Lost an old friend today. He died when the way hurts my soul. He was a good man, my friend. He struggled to the end. I didn't know. I didn't see the clues. That's why I sing the blues. Lost my woman, lost my wife. It changed my life. Is it too late? Lost my baby, it hurts me so. How low can a man go? It's a heavy load. People don't choose to lose. That's why I sing the blues. I saw a rich man grow strong, can carry it along by the poor man. Work is hard to find, doors shutting all the time, the heavy load. People don't choose to lose. That's why I sing the blues. That's why I sing the blues. Very nice, Michael. Very nice.
Well, we don't have a sound man, so we've got to fade out ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah. Grab my capo here. And this next song is a song about loss and redemption. It's a true song. I wrote this song several years ago, and it took me 3 years to be able to play the song in public. It was on my first album, and it had some really great musicians from Sacramento area here. And it's a little song, like I said, of lost redemption called Three Angels. Three angels looking over me. Three angels helping me to see. I can't go back to where I've been. I lost three souls in this old life, and they're waiting for me. It's hard today. Troubles on my mind. Work is hard, times are tough. My life is in a bind. I've seen hard times before, though seen my share. I got a pain now deep inside, one that I can't bear. Three angels looking over me. Three angels helping me to see. I can't go back, right to where I've been. Lost three souls in this old life, they're waiting for me. I miss you so, it's been hard to know what could have been. It was your time to go. I come to know it still hurts me so, and the tears remain. Tears remain. Further down the road today, time has come and gone. The family has grown up strong, children of their own. I'm thankful for the gifts of life, family and friends. Three angels have made me strong, and I'm moving on. Three angels looking over me. Three angels helping me to see. I can't go back to where I've been. Three angels have made me strong, now I'm moving on. Three angels have made me strong, now I'm moving on. Moving on. Sweet. Boy, you nail it, Michael. You nail it. All right. Well, we're going to feature Michael right now on a song that he wrote.
Oh.
Not only does Michael play killer blues harp, all kinds of harp, he plays great drums, great cajon, he sings and songs, plays mandolin.
Yeah.
And also plays guitar. And so, tell us what we're doing here, Michael.
Well, I moved here from Oakland. I was there for over 20 years. About 15 years ago, my gosh. And I met somebody in Taos, which is a beautiful place. I liked it a lot. And we went to a nice dinner. And I guess I had thoughts and designs above my station for this particular encounter. And after dinner, I took her home, and well, I never saw the inside of the home. Let's put it.
I was going to say, this is a family-friendly show, so.
Yeah, well, the door, boom, like this. So I ended up turning around and driving back to Santa Fe during a storm, and I picked the high road for some reason, so I got the worst of it. And there was thunder and lightning, and I actually pulled over and wrote the chorus of the song, just looking around me, feeling like, what an idiot, but...
Well, before we get started with your song, I'd like to just say a little bit about you, and maybe you can tell us. So, I moved away from New Mexico in 2013 out of Sacramento, California for a few years, and when I came back, I called one of my friends in Sacramento and said, hey Jack, who is the best harmonica player in Santa Fe? And he said, a guy by the name of Michael Handler. And it's like, okay, well, that could be Jack Jones or could be, who. But anyway, it just happened to be that day I was down at Tiny's on the Sunday afternoon jam that we always do down there. And who was on the drums, they kind of introduced who was playing, and the drums was Michael Handler.
One song.
One song, yeah, just the way it goes. And so I introduced myself, after that, and then, a few months later, I had a show down in Albuquerque, a big show. It was a big show.
Oh, big, huge.
Yeah. Anyway, so they called me up, and I called Michael and said, hey, how about coming down and doing the show? It's much like what we're doing here, kind of an unplugged deal. And then so we went on down, did the show, learned a little bit about Michael and his life and exploits and all those kind of things. We did the show. It was a stunning success. How many people showed up, Michael?
30.
30 people showed up.
Boot barn, it was pretty crowded.
It was a boot barn deal. But anyway, one of my son's girlfriend videotaped it, and then we popped it up on Facebook, and I think we got about 1,700 views of that. So that was a lot of fun. But Michael's a quadruple talent in the music scene here. He also is a DJ. Tell us a little bit about what you do with the DJ.
KSFR Public Radio, the only public radio in town, has had a blues show on there on Sunday for at least 15 years, mostly with Jeff Dowd. And Jeff left town, and Kurt Salzer and I took it over. I'd already been subbing for him and doing jazz shows, still do. In fact, this may not hook, but on a Tuesday, that might be the same day we see this show, I'm going to be doing a jazz show in the morning. And so every other Sunday I do the blues, Sunday blues on KSFR, play a lot of contemporary blues, and you, by the way, sometimes my band, the Country Blues Review.
Right.
And a lot of local and artists that I interview from Las Vegas and Miami, or just coming up and all over the country, call in and we do interviews now.
Oh, cool.
So I've been doing that for about 40 years, DJing and broadcast work.
So you also have a band here that you play locally, right?
The Blues Review.
Blues Review. Tell us about that.
Assuming we get to play again. We'll be playing, we normally play at 2nd Street and down in Bernalillo, Cactus, which is, everything's sort of open again, so hopefully we'll be playing. And before that was the Country Blues Review with Mark Mallon. We did 3 CDs here at Frogville Studios, which is a great studio, by the way. A lot of talent in town, a lot of studios, and stellar people who just happen to live here. Jazz, blues, classical.
This is a town full of talent.
Yeah.
So Michael just recently has been coming over helping me work on my new album called A Long Way Home, and he's laid a bunch of harmonica tracks down, and just this last weekend some cajon tracks.
Some cajon.
Yeah, so it's pretty sweet. But enough of that. Why don't we play a little bit? Come on back to Taos.
This is back to Taos. We're going to Taos. I've been to Taos. Dude. Wait a minute, didn't Johnny, wasn't he going to...
If you would like to invite Johnny up, absolutely.
Why don't you come jam on with us? In A, yeah.
A, it's a little Canadian song.
We rehearsed, A? We rehearsed it that way. I'll just start the... get it going. It's a road song, baby. Don't turn the love lamp low. baby, I'm coming down. You know what I'm saying? You know Taos, I'm Taos bound. It's a pretty place. Talking about Taos, it's such a pretty place. And you know, honey, I can't wait to see your face. You gotta get there, right? But there's thunder on the left of me, lightning on the right. Know that I'll be lucky if I make it back tonight. Hey, hey, yeah. Down the road I go, 'cause I'm going back to Taos, Taos, New Mexico. All right, somebody help me now. Go back. California, back to Santa Fe, and I'm here tonight, Los Alamos, so we can play. That's right. I said, now baby, why did you treat me that way? You didn't even let me in the front door. You know what I'm saying? Oh baby, now, why did you treat me that way? That's why I'm here on the high road, driving back to Santa Fe. But wait, there's thunder on the left of me, lightning on the right. Know that I'll be lucky if I make it back tonight. Hey, hey. Down the road I go, 'cause I'm going back to Taos. Baby, don't you know? Going back down to New Mexico. I'm going back to Taos, baby. Taos, New Mexico. Ah, here we go.
Well, sweet. Nice job.
That's fine.
Yeah, very nice.
Thank
job. Johnny, why don't you just hang up here? We're going to do another tune with featuring Johnny. Thank you, Michael.
Yes, sir.
And we'll get Michael back in just a second. So, Johnny, we're going to do a little Talk to Me here. This is a nice,
Thank you, Michael. It's fun.
nice song about being there for someone you love. And I think I'm going to make sure I'm in tune here. Once again, we really appreciate the opportunity to play for this Los Alamos series, concert series.
Yes, thank you.
And it's a great way to do it. If we can't get together in person, do it on YouTube. Absolutely. We have a long history of some great shows in Los Alamos, and I'm really, really pleased to be offered to come up and do this. So here's a song called Talk to Me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Can't you see? Can't you see? Reach out to me. There's help you see. I'll be there when you need me. I'll be there when you're blue. I'll be there in the dark times. I'll be there loving you. Talk to me. Johnny Alston. Late at night, no one is home. Late at night, I'm all alone. Reach out to me. There's help you see. I'll be there when you need me. I'll be there when you're blue. I'll be there in the dark times. I'll be there loving you. Talk to sometimes the rain will fall, be miles apart someday. You need to know that deep inside, I'm with you every day. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Nice, Johnny. Very nice. All right. We're going to do one more song. We're going to feature Michael on the harp, and maybe, Johnny, we can get you to play a little Native American flute on this. So this next song is all about changes, and it's kind of a little tip of the hat to John Lee Hooker. Oh. John Lee Hooker come up with a rhythm like no one else back in his day, and that rhythm was moved forward a little bit by ZZ Top when they talked about that house in LaGrange.
The boogie.
The boogie. Yeah. And so this is a little song called New Shoes. This will be the last song of the night, and I'd like to remind you again, my name is Dr. Hall. I have albums and singles on iTunes, Amazon, Apple Music, all of that, and yes. And new album coming out, I think, in July.
Really?
Featuring Michael and featuring Johnny and featuring some of the other heavy hitters in our area here. And I really, really appreciate the opportunity to come up and play this Los Alamos concert. So here's a little tune called New Shoes.
Shoes. I got new shoes.
day. Old walls won't don't fade away. Well, this was right the other day. Not the way you want to stay. Got a solution. Well, it seemed like only yesterday my life was moving in a different way. It seemed like only yesterday my life was moving in the wrong way. Felt so right long ago, not the place you want to go. Got a solution. Oh, play, guys. Need solutions. Things don't fit like they used to. Don't know where you're going, back to where you've been. You know right now how it's gonna end. It's right not long ago. It's not the place you want to go. Get solutions. Yeah. Nice job, gents. Nice job, and that wraps us up. Thank you so much, Howard, Dr. Hall, Howard Hall, Johnny Alston, Michael Handler. Thank you so much for the opportunity to play for the Los Alamos Tuesday night concerts. And good night.
Thank you.